Hey, what's up guys? In today's video, I'm going to tell you a story you're not going to hear very often. It's about how I almost destroyed my life getting addicted to poker at medical school. It wasn't just poker. There was shoplifting, there was drugs. It got to the point where if I passed my final exam, I passed, but if I failed, I was kicked out after 8 years. I'm going to talk about all the mistakes that I made and what actually led me to get to the bottom of the barrel. And then I'm going to talk about how I actually made it out. What were the mental shifts that happened? What did I actually have to do? How did I build up the resilience to get out? Because I'm telling you now, making it out of medical school was the hardest thing I had ever done. Oh my God, I wouldn't wish it on anybody. So let's start from the beginning. How did I get there? To be honest, medicine is not something I wanted to do. You have to choose when you're 16. My parents are doctors. I thought it kind of made sense. But when I got to medical school, I hated it because it's just memorization, right? It's like learning an unbelievable amount of volume. Unless you've been through it, you have no idea how much volume it is. It's literally insane cramming. So what would I do? Well, first year of university, I didn't go to any lectures. I went mental because it was my first year out of the house. So I was enjoying myself. And then I got to the exams. I basically slept under the table for 2 months. I was staring at books, studying, trying to cram my brain. I wouldn't sleep. I'd go to the exam. I'd have 3 Red Bulls. And somehow my first year, I think I got 52%, which is a pass. Success. Second year is when it begins. So I'm in London. There's a casino in London that I went to. And I just got sucked in. There were people there. I had friends there. I could go and just chit chat. It became my life. I was pretty good. Like, to be honest, I would make money. Like, poker isn't exactly gambling. It's a skill-based game. You know, I would go there. There were many times that I would start with like £100, buy in for £50 each time, and walk out of the casino with 10,000. But the thing is that I didn't have the emotional regulation that you need. And I would go in, sometimes play drunk and lose thousands, right? And what happens is you end up in a cycle. I would lose money. I would like take my laptop to the pawn shop. I would take out credit cards, student loans. I'm maxing out debt. I would borrow money from people in the casino, and then I would have to pay them back, or I'd have to buy my laptop back so that when I go back to my parents' house, my mum's not asking me, "Where's your laptop?" Because she knows what's up. Like, my mum knows everything. You cannot get past my mum. It's impossible. So I'm constantly behind, right? And it's just constant stress. And what happened is I ended up just getting so detached from university. Like, I lost contact with all my friends, never turned up. When I did make it through to another year, people were amazed. They were like, "Wow, you're alive? You made it through?" I'm like, "Yep, I don't know how I did it, but I'm here." And this just went on. And like, I would spend all my days there. Sometimes I would spend up to 48 hours in the casino, just playing, chatting rubbish, playing. And what happened was I found something that I really enjoyed in many ways. You know, I was pretty good. I felt like I could make money. And to be honest, it was a bit of a dream that I could be a professional poker player, that I could travel the world and make all this really easy money and have an amazing life. You know, I hated being a broke student, and I didn't see any future or purpose for medicine. Medicine was just like a means to the end. And my dad asked me, "Do you want to quit medicine? Do you want to go into something else?" I was like, "I don't know." You know, I was young, I was stupid, I had no idea. But the thing is, there are so many options. Like, if someone had sat me down and said, "Hey, what exactly do you want to do? What could you do? What things are you potentially interested in?" The way Asian brains work is you study French, you become a professional French person. You study geography, I don't know what you do. History, historian. That's not how it works. But like, we have no idea. I didn't know that I could do an undergraduate and end up in so many different careers and degrees, and that there are amazing master's programs. Like, I had no idea. So I just thought, okay, medicine is probably the best thing to do. Let's just get my head down. 6, 7 years, whatever it is, make it out. Great. I'll be set up for the rest of my life. But in hindsight, was it worth it? No. Nowadays, there's so many ways to make money. So easy to get on YouTube, start a YouTube channel. Like, there are millions of things. You know, back when I was studying, no one really left medicine. There was very few people that left medicine. I had no real mentors. I had no one giving me any advice. Nothing. So why did I stick with poker? Yeah, I mean, for one reason, I thought I was good at it and I could play and I could make a living out of it. But secondly, I enjoyed the game. I had loads of friends. I knew everybody, lots of chit chat. It was really fun. But, you know, I would go in drunk and lose loads of money and end up in debt. And the stress was insane. I'd be at the poker table with my books, studying. Can you believe that? I'd be in the middle of a hand, like thinking about playing while I've got books in front of me, and people be at the table like, oh, they call me like doctor. They're like, hey doctor, what are you studying today? I'm like, I don't know. I don't even know what this book is. I don't know why I have it. The worst part about all of this was, though, that it just became a constant cycle, right? One of my biggest regrets is looking back at university and thinking I missed out on all those years when you meet people, get involved, play sports, do activities, just generally have that like university experience that I didn't really have because I kind of lost it just spending an unbelievable amount of time in the poker room, which, you know, it'd be me sat there with all these old men a lot of the times. In the poker table, you get all kinds of people there, right? And I'd be playing with people who clearly only have like £30 in their pocket, and all like just really old men. And I'm just thinking, why am I here? Like, is this really what I should be doing? But actually the worst part about all of this is the impact on my family. Like my dad is an absolutely amazing man, and I think this caused him a lot of trauma, to be honest. There was constant crying and stress, you know, blaming going on in the house. You know, you did this to him, this is because of you. Caused a lot of problems with my brother as well. But at that age, at that time, I just had no idea. I didn't have any real self-awareness about the people I'm impacting or affecting. It's just about me and my life and what's going on. There was one time when my dad came down to London with his business partner, and they were driving around casino to casino trying to find me. And I remember hearing my name being called out in the casino. And someone said it, and I was like, and there was also a point where I started stealing food. I just found it very easy to start shoplifting food from Tesco's. I would just take a bag and just put food in. For no other reason really than I wanted really nice food that I couldn't afford. So I was stealing like steak and lobster, and I was then putting on like Gordon Ramsay cook-along and making these like amazing recipes. And then I got caught stealing from Waitrose and put in handcuffs. I remember the guy saw my name and he saw Mohammed. He was the manager of the store. And I remember him saying some racist stuff. Can't remember now, but that guy's a wanker. So the police came, they put handcuffs on me and walked me out of the shop. And I was being led through the shopping center. And I got put in the back of a police van and taken to the station. Now, this was actually the second time I'd been caught, because I was caught in Tesco and I was given a warning. So I got to the station and the policeman said I was going to be charged. I was put in the cell and they said I was going to be charged. Somehow, I have no idea how, the original warning didn't come up on the system. So therefore, I didn't get given a charge and I was let off on a warning. I don't know. But basically, it means that I actually didn't get a criminal record, but it shows up on an extended CRB, which is what medics have. There was a period also where I was smoking a lot of weed, like I'm talking a lot of weed every day, which a lot of students do, but I was smoking weed outside one of the casinos when I got caught by the policeman, and I got given a warning. And I knew straight away that I would have to tell the university because that gets on your record, but I didn't. This was in like third year, and I only ended up telling them later on, many years down the line. So then in my fourth year of university, I took my exams and I failed, and I had to retake the year. That was a real kick in the balls because it is such a long, difficult year. Medical school isn't like other universities where you just have to study a little bit and you have lots of free time. No, you have to go in like a job, full day at the hospital, and then when you come out, you've also got work to do. So you don't have much time, and that was a real kick in the balls. Then the year continued, and there was a point when I was living with some lovely Colombian girls and they gave me some rent money to give my dad, which I ended up losing at the casino. And then I didn't have the money to pay him. and I was stressed. It was just the worst thing ever. And I remember a point when my dad basically bailed me out, which had happened several times. And I remember thinking, this is rock bottom. So the next year, I actually cleaned up my act a decent amount, passed my exams, surprisingly, did pretty well. And then the year after that, I got back into gambling again, back into poker, back into the same mistakes, back in the same patterns. Then it hit a point when I just hit absolute rock bottom. My dad bailed me out. I think I owed him some money that people had given me for rent to give to him. And I just lost it. And I just thought, right, I can't do this anymore. This is absolutely ridiculous. Your body is not designed to take that much stress and worry. And I just thought, what the hell am I doing? Why? Why am I doing this? Poker is not my future. I am absolutely throwing away my future right now. And then literally the next day, I just forgot about poker. I just shifted. It was like a very simple mental shift that had occurred that instantly changed the course for me. That shift was really knowing my purpose, knowing my why, knowing my motivation, knowing why I'm doing what I'm doing. That was it. Instantly, I realized poker is not going to get me where I want to go. Medicine, even though I don't want to do it as a job, as a career, it is my future. It is my ticket. That is absolutely what I need to put my 100% focus on, because if I can set myself up and just get this degree, get out of medical school, I will be sorted for life. And it was just that one switch instantly changed everything for me. As soon as that happened, I knew I needed to come clean with the medical school. So I told them about my theft caution and I told them about my marijuana warning. And then I got an email saying, come and have a fitness to practice hearing, which is basically whether or not you are fit to be a doctor. You are fit to continue in medical school. And I thought, here we go. Stay tuned. In the next video, I'm going to tell you all about how I turned my life around, how I just about made it through my fitness to practice hearings, how I had to see a counselor, how I almost wasn't allowed to take my final exams, and how I made it through by the skin of my teeth. Thanks for watching.